I Wanted You to Know, by Laura Pearson, narrated by Sophie Roberts.
A letter from Laura Pearson. Dear listener, when I was 35 and 5 months pregnant with my second child, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. No one expects to have to face cancer at that age. No one expects their body to turn on them just when they are busy creating new life. I waited with my heart in my mouth to be told I was going to have to terminate. Instead, I was told I could be operated on during my pregnancy and start chemotherapy after the birth. The first question I asked after diagnosis was whether I'd be able to breastfeed my daughter. I didn't ask whether I was going to die. Perhaps I wasn't ready to, but I always put it down to the fact that when you're carrying a child, your instinct is to put that child first. I felt like I had to bring her into the world safely, no matter what, and with the help of the incredible NHS, I did. When my daughter was 7 days old and miles away from home in a special care unit after an incredibly shaky start, I had the first of 6 rounds of chemo. I'd held her perhaps twice at that point. She hadn't been home. I wasn't able to be any sort of a mother. I followed all the instructions I was given. Lie still while we surgically insert this port for administering the chemo drugs. Take this medication. Call us if your symptoms are worrying you. And in the back of my mind, I wondered whether I would survive it, whether I would get to be her mother at all. My son was 2.5. We were still counting my daughter's age in days. If I died, neither of them would remember me. It seems so impossible that, when you've been a mother for more than 2 years and all those hundreds of days have been spent taking care of your child, when you have fed him from your body and sung him to sleep, when you have held him so often you can feel the warmth and weight of his body even when he isn't there. But I knew that he would forget me if I died, and she would never know me, and I wondered what I could leave them, what they would need if they didn't have a mother. When my treatment was over, I set myself the challenge of writing a 50,000-word first draft of a novel in the month of November. It wasn't easy. My daughter was home by then, and both my children needed me. I was tired from the chemo, and I had a small operation during that month and another big one ahead of me. But I'm stubborn, and I don't always take the easy road, and this was one of those times. Day after day, I added 2,000 words to my document. This book that I was calling I Wanted You to Know. It was written in letters. It was about my fears, and it poured out of me, and every day I felt a little lighter for getting it out of my head and onto the page.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?